Wisdom of Children. The story opens at the beginning of Holy Week when there is still melting snow on the ground. An older girl, Akulya, and a younger girl, Malasha, go outside to play. They both have just been given new frocks, but they insist on wading through one of the puddles from the melting snow. They both take off their shoes to keep them dry, and Akulya warns Malasha against splashing the water on her new frock. Malasha splashes Akulya despite her warning, and Akulya runs home in tears. Her mother is furious at the ruined frock, and she spanks Malasha in the middle of the street. Soon Malasha's mother emerges from her home, and the mothers begin arguing. The shouts brought the peasants into the street, who also began arguing with each other. The peasants start pushing each other, and Akulya's grandmother urges everyone to stop, but to no avail. In the meantime, Akulya had washed off her frock, and she and Malasha returned to the pool. The two girls make a small boat out of bark, and they make a stream from the puddle. They go chasing after the boat together and happy as ever. Akulya's grandmother urges everyone to follow the example of the children and take their spirit of forgiveness into their own hearts. Jai Hind. One day, a king determines that he will be able to cope with any occurrence if he has the answers to three critical questions. 1. What is the best time to begin everything? 2. Who are the best people to listen to? 3. What is the most important thing to do? Many educated men attempted to answer the king's questions, but they all came up with different answers. The king decided that he needed to ask a wise hermit in a nearby village. The hermit would only see common folk. However, so the king disguised himself as a peasant and left his garden behind to see the hermit. The hermit was digging flower beds when the king arrived. The king asked his questions, but the hermit went on digging rather laboriously. The king offered to dig for him for a while. After digging for some time, the king again asked his questions. Before the hermit could answer, a man emerged from the woods. He was bleeding from a terrible stomach wound. The king tended to him, and they stayed the night in the hermit's hut. By the next day, the wounded man was doing better, but was incredulous at the help he had received. The man confessed that he knew who the king was and that the king had executed his brother and seized his property. He had come to kill the king, but the gods wounded him in the stomach. The man pledged allegiance to the king, asked for forgiveness, and went on his way. The king asked the hermit again for his answers, and the hermit responded that he had just had his questions answered. 1. The most important time is now. The most important person is whoever you are with. 3. The most important thing is to help the person you are with. Jai Hind.